Hello, Missouri Mama here. My name is Nina, and today we're doing another part of this project. And I'm going to dust this mold with some of this multi-chrome pigment in green, blue, purple. So I'm going to turn it inside out to where I can get better coverage. So I just use an old makeup brush, a cheap one, to dust the mold. I feel that makeup brushes do a better job than paint brushes because they're softer. So they spread it around better, in my opinion. Get better coverage. And I will speed up this process in just a moment. As you can see, I'm just trying to get every little spot covered real good. I want it to be very covered and very shifty. The like quilted pattern in this mold creates a really gorgeous effect with this multi-chrome powder. It's very pretty. It turns out amazing. So this mold came from Amazon. It's a pretty good size mold. Really nice though. The finished product is really cool. It's really pretty. And then I'm going to dust this little skull mold. It's such a cool mold. And this one, I got it with some resin, but I've seen it on Temu and Amazon. Um, it's a pretty cheap mold, but it's a really good quality mold, and it has such cool details. And it looks cool with glitter, mica, multi-chrome powder. I mean, it just looks cool no matter what you put in it. So now I'm going to set all this aside so we can get ready to pour some resin in these two pieces. So here we are. I have some resin already mixed up. The weird name on the bottle that I got from Amazon. I'm going to mix in my DIY craft black resin pigment. Just going to add that to the side of the cup and then mix it in. You want to mix it in real good, make sure there's no weird streaks or anything. You don't want it to not be mixed in properly, or your resin could come out cured all weird. Or you could have streaks of the pigment paste left in your resin that bleeds out. So I'm trying to make sure I scrape the sides real good. Just trying to make sure it's mixed in real good. So I'm just filling up the little skull dude. And then I'm gonna pour all this into this. And I knew it wasn't gonna be enough. So I do have to mix up some more in a second. I mean, it is a pretty good sized trinket dish, so. I think I already have the resin mixed up. I just have it set in a different cup so it wouldn't be too much in one cup. I'm trying to scrape as much as I can out of the cup. There you go, got it pretty good. Now to grab the other resin. Yeah, there you go. I thought I had more. And then I'm going to speed it up because it's the same process of just mixing in the pigment, stirry. Get it all mixed in, and I'll just pour it in. Top it off real good. Now I'm going into the edge to try to make sure there's no pockets of air getting trapped underneath the lip of the mold. And I do get some air pockets to pop out, as you can see. Every so often, some bubbles do come out. I'm just going through trying to get anything that looks like it might be a bubble. And then rotating it so I can see better. And finish topping it off. That's what's left in my cup. I think I ended up taking a little bit out of the skull because it's a little over full. Yeah, I had to take a little off of the top of the skull because it was a little overflowed. And then I'm going to take my lighter and pop the bubbles off the top. And now we go on to the lid and the bow. So for the bow, I'm going to add this iridescent white chunky glitter mix into some resin. Add a bunch of that. Make a mess. And I'm also going to add some of this gorgeous blue mica. It's like super sparkly. It's got some bigger flakes to it. And add just a little bit of that. Mix that in real good. It's super pretty. It's got a lot of color to it. So just mix that in real good. Turn the color of the bow from white to blue. I'm just going to pour that into the bow. So I'm just kind of squishing it a little bit, moving it around, trying to make sure there's no air bubbles that I can see anywhere. So I couldn't find anything, so then I finished cleaning out the cup. So I'm just going to scrape it out real good into this mold, and then we'll start on the lid. So I set that aside. I'm going to grab my other cup of resin that I already have mixed up. Scoochy, scoochy, that off to the side. There's the lid part. So I'm going to take some more of that white iridescent chunky glitter mix, pour that in. Nice, good amount. Mix that in. Now I'm not going to leave this one white either. I decided I wanted another shade of blue. So I got this, it's a Gem something sapphire resin dye that I got with some resin kit from Amazon. It's the same kit that came with that cool little skull mold that I've been using. So I'm just going to add in several drops of that to turn this to a dark blue color. I think right now I'm snipping the tip off because it's the first time I tried it. Yep, there we go. Add a couple drops, see what it looks like. And it's very pretty, but it wasn't quite what I was wanting. So then I was like, let's go crazy. So I was wanting this real dark one, like dark blue, because it really makes the iridescent glitter like pop different. I don't know how to explain it. It just pops different than it does in the lighter colors. And there I was deciding if it was dark enough, and I decided it wasn't, so I added some more. Because even though it looks dark in the cup, it's going to be thinner once I pour it into the mold. So I want to make sure I don't lose that poppiness of that iridescent glitter, the way it shines, like the real fiery colors right now. That's what I'm wanting to see, like, when I pour it. I let it set for a little bit so that way the glitter wouldn't settle too much, was the hopes. So now I'm going to pour it. Pour it up pretty high to try to help pop some bubbles. Look how pretty that looks. Ugh, that glitter is just really pretty when it's with this dark color. Now I'm going to go in and push out those air pockets that get trapped in there. Trying to make sure I get all of those out so it comes out looking good. I struggle when I try to use my left hand because I'm not left-handed. So you can see here I'm kind of being very awkward about it, but I think I eventually got it. Now I'm going to top it off. I'm gonna scrape out all that I can out of this little cup. Get every last bit out that I can. Scrapey, scrapey. And then there we go, and then I will let this cure and come back to demold everything. I think that was all the pieces. Alright, so here we're demolding the skull because I needed to start pouring another set in this piece that I was waiting on. So I'm demolding the skull real quick. So that's what the skull looked with the multi-chrome powder. So pretty. Alright, here's the other pieces. So here's that dish, and I will have to set it aside in a minute because I cut myself on the edge of the resin trying to demold it. Yeah, right there. I think that was it. Maybe. No, at some point I set it down. It may have been when I done it, but it hadn't started bleeding, so I didn't think it was going to. But then here, I notice it's bleeding, so I have to stop. Alright, so now I come back, got a band-aid on, ready to go again. I washed it and everything, cleaned it all up, made sure there's nothing in there. So I'm back to finish demolding and clean everything up later. Make sure there was no germs, no blood on any of my mold or items that I demolded. There I was setting the mold off to the side so I could make sure I washed it off with soap and everything. And then this is the lid. I'm being extra careful now after cutting myself because I'm worried I'm going to do it again. So there we go. Finally get it popped loose pretty good. And look at that color. Isn't that just so pretty the way that glitter just sparkles in there? And the bow. The bow. I don't know why I'm off camera doing like all of this. I guess I wasn't paying attention. I'm so very sorry. There we go. The mica does seem to help keep the glitter from sinking as bad. But still a little bit of sinkage happened. And so there's that. Did I grab the little skull? Yes, I did. There's the skull on top. He sits up there real nicely. He just chews on his little bow. I'm trying to show you what it would look like. There we go. There's that. And then on this one, I do end up lining the bottom of it, but I didn't show it. This is me showing you a different one on what I plan to do with this lid. I did line it, but I deleted the footage on accident. So this is it outside in the sun after I rhinestoned it and everything. The rhinestones really sparkle in the sunshine. It just looks so pretty. I love how it shifts and glitters and sparkles, and it's just gorgeous. It looks so elegant and so pretty, and then there's that cool skull just sitting on top, like, yeah. It looks so awesome. And I think the color combination, it's so pretty. So it's something that looks like it could be so girly, frilly, but at the same time not. And it's like, it's me. It's so me. So it's gonna look amazing in my new room. So thank you so very much for spending part of your day with me. If you like videos like this, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.